There's something else I was going to tell you. I don't remember what it was. What was it? Oh, yeah. Shark! Just kidding. Fast car. Poor Adam.
Just let
He
it
got
happen.
tummy troubles.
Just let it happen.
Poor guy. I'll feel better.
Really?
Okay, everybody. So we think we might have an exploded jar.
Or leaking.
Or a leaking jar. So we're getting ready to take the lid off and see for sure. But we thought we'd, we're all about transparency, and we figured we'd show mistakes as well as successes so that you know what to look for, just in case. But if you notice, that is black and it is not supposed to be. So, yeah, you got anything else you want to throw in here?
Towards the end of the processing time, this was a 90-minute run. Towards the end, I noticed that there wasn't a whole lot of steam coming out under the weight here. And the weight was just barely jiggling instead of a full-on jiggle like it would normally be. I processed 6 quart jars and then 1 pint jar, and in order to, I was trying to make sure I had enough water in here
Let's just show
for
them.
all of that, but the water was right up to the rim of the pint jar. But for a 90-minute process, I think that it ran almost out of water, I think.
So let's just show them.
So let's open her up.
We'll see what we can see.
Let's see. Make sure I got it all the way. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. It definitely got pretty gnarly in there.
Water level's pretty low. We're not sure where.
I could pull this off of the burner and scoot it over. Yeah, it's dry. It's dry.
Okay. So now we get the fun part of pulling them out and seeing what we see.
Yeah.
Well,
If you can
Alright.
pan over and see the, let me step out and you can get in. There's
Yep.
no,
and there's no water in there anymore.
There
That's
might be
not
some.
good.
might be some under the rack, but
Alright, well, I'll let you grab a claw. Get one and see what we see. Just be real careful putting it down.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely had an explosion at least on one of them, so we'll have to figure out where the compromised seal is. We can figure that out depending on which ones don't ping. Would be my guess.
Move, Ranger.
All right, well, we'll take care of this and come back later, but we're gonna focus on getting these out for now.
So we got everything out and
Ping!
ping. I love that sound. There's a tiny bit of fluid left in here, but it's mostly grease that came out of some of the jars. There's a lot of gunk caked in the bottom of this, but this is now damaged. When you run them dry like this, the bottoms will warp.
We know that now.
Yep.
This was a Presto induction 16 quart canner. We might see if we can use a peen hammer or something and try to flatten the base of it, but we have to consider this pretty much compromised at this point until we get some advice. So, what did we just do?
So Bullet just got me a new 23 quart pressure canner ×2 because I want to do more and I'd like to run 2 at a time or get one started and have it cool down and get a second one going. So in the spirit of Christmas and being able to do more, he just ordered 2 more on Amazon. And we will put those links below, or that link below. So I'm excited for those to come in. I'm really saddened by this because this was a gift. It was used and it was loved by somebody else, and it was a gift to me. So I'm really saddened that on my 4th canning, that on my 4th canning run that I made this mistake. I really tried though, and the mistake that I made, here's the mistake that I made. I put a pint jar in with quart jars, which meant, and this was a 90-minute run, and so I knew it needed enough water to make that 90 minutes, but the water was up to here. I wasn't sure if I could go any higher or not, or if the water would get into the jars since they weren't fully sealed when I started the canning process. So I stopped the water at the rim of the lowest jar, and I hoped that that was going to be enough. It wasn't. So that's the mistake that I made. So never again will I mix jar sizes unless it's a shorter run. These 90-minute runs will all be the same jar size. And the only reason I did this is because I ran out of the mixture. I didn't have enough mixture to go for a 7th jar. And to add more meant a whole nother pound of meat and a whole nother jar of sauce. And then I would have needed, that would have made another jar and a half. And it just, the cycle would have continued of, you know, too much, not enough. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. Mistakes happen.
They do.
The reality is, this was a gift. This was an opportunity for us to learn. And while, yes, we're obviously disheartened that this happened, we got what we needed out of this. This was our learning.
Everything is a learning curve.
What I mean is, this pressure canner was our test bed, our learning. This got us into it.
Yeah.
It's told us what we needed. So, as disappointed as we are, the reality is, I am eternally, truly grateful that we were given this, we were shown the instruction, and while yes, it is frustrating, these are the things that happen. And it was a gift from our community. And because of that, I'm just grateful that we're using it, that we're able to put it to good use. And there's no telling how long it served its purpose with its previous owner who passed away from the community. There's no telling what life he got out of it. We got the life out of it that we were meant to have. And we don't know its age, though. So, you know, all things considered, this could have been a lot worse. And we are in the position where we could turn around and take care of it with no real significant negative impact.
Yeah.
So we'll count our blessings. The good news is we learned a lesson in the process, and we now know what not to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that in itself is a huge education. So.
And I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the education. I'm grateful that we have the means to replace it. I'm grateful for this. It's a tough lesson. It's a very tough lesson.
But these are the things that happen on the homestead, folks, and we want to take you along for the ride. So thank you for being with us. Learn from this. Hopefully you have. Hopefully it's been valuable for you. It's certainly been valuable for us.
Don't mix your jar sizes if you're going to have more than a
that's
20
our
or 30
takeaway,
minute run.
Yeah, that's our takeaway at least. But
Yeah.
It is what it is. So thank you for coming along. We just want to do this little quick video and just show what happened.
Yep.
So
Go out and enjoy what God has given you.
God bless you.
I enjoyed it so much I warped it.
We'll see you next time. Love you.
You too.